Hello.
Hello there.
Hello there.
I don't understand why you're never wearing a shirt.
I don't feel the need to wear clothing.
Does the buck stop with the shirt, or are you just completely naked?
You want me to stand up?
I would rather you just told me.
You want me to stand up?
No. I'm calling Matt. I need an adult.
Help! I need an adult. Oh boy. Yeah, I have pants on.
Oh, okay.
Or do I?
Don't I?
Don't I, Anthony? Don't I?
Hey, friends.
There he is. How did that even happen? Did I invite him to it? Did you do it?
Am I not invited?
You said you need an adult. I'm calling Matthew.
I know, and then I was trying to find the button to do it, and it said I needed to end my call to make that happen. And I was like, I don't want to do that.
Do you remember to start the recorder?
Yeah, that's going. That's
all
going.
Right. Intro?
I guess so, yeah. That's how we do this thing, right?
Yeah.
This is the podcast we call a shit show. No filter as our lips go. 3 hosts to get to know. First up, Brian, clinically insane and a bit racy. Matt, well, he's just batshit crazy. Anthony, last but not least, not crazy but don't unleash the beast. He'll debate you until your opinion's released. I wish I could say we're better than the rest, but we're just mediocre at best. This is it. Grab a chair and sit and get ready for the shit.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to The Shit Show, a mediocre at best podcast where everything is made up and the points don't matter. I'm one of your hosts, Anthony Costanzo. With me, as always, Brian Rooney.
What up, what up?
And Matthew Lemary.
Hump day! I feel like it was time. If you wait enough time...
You let it simmer down, and then you brought it back.
It does. It gets funny again. All right.
I was also the first guy to bring back with that. I brought it back.
I feel like it's still too soon for that one.
Yeah, that's true. That was a big thing for a while.
I feel like when we're dead and gone, it'd still be too soon to bring that one back.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, that went on way too long.
Dead and Gone. That just makes me think of Justin Timberlake and his song "Dead and God," which makes me happy.
Oh.
Guys want to be him, women want to be with him. He's the greatest.
And us three maybe want to be in him. I'm just saying.
Leave me
I
out of
didn't
this.
say that.
He's not. It's not.
We're not recording, right?
Yeah.
You made me do the intro, clearly already.
Yeah.
All right, so actually, we started something new this week. Brian and I, Matt, I don't know if Brian told you about this, but we started recording us playing. What?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I think we lost Matt.
He's just staring through us.
I was telling the listeners and Matt what we added as a part of our little show here, and he's gone.
Well, we'll have to wait for Matt to get back, and then we'll go through it, because I want to talk a little bit about that as well. I'm working on it now, too.
All right, cool.
And it's going to bring me into a topic I want to...
All right, so focus at around...
jump right into.
At around 4 minutes. Somewhere between the 4th and 5th minute, you're going to have to do some editing.
I seriously doubt that.
Oh, you're just going to leave it?
Why not? We just... Damn it, dog.
What is going on? Anytime this happens, I immediately go to Ookla, and I can prove that it's not me.
It's definitely you.
It just feels like it's Brian.
It's you. You're the one that's gone. You're the one that sounds terrible.
How can it be me? I'm only gone because I didn't hit the video button. Right now I can see Brian, but I can't see you, Anthony. I challenge you to Ookla.
You challenge me to Ookla?
Oh, you're going to beat me. But my download speed...
I am going to beat you.
74? Come on.
I believe at the end of the last episode, you promised we would have internet for the next one.
I didn't. What's your Brian? Hit the Ookla right now. Tell me it's not your fault.
What is the Ookla?
Speedtest.net.
Oh, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, last time you couldn't even get it to load.
You sound like a robot.
That's just me doing the robot.
Why does it say, make this a group video call, it's free, at the bottom of my Skype? Isn't that what we're doing?
Well, I mean, I shut my video off just to make sure we're not fucking with the internet. I'll put it back on in a little bit.
Gotcha.
Oh, you shut... I'm hitting the video button and nothing's happening. It's because of you.
Yeah. I'm getting...
No, I mean, I shut my video off. I can't control your camera, Matthew. Well, I mean, maybe I can.
You know, Brian, it's people like you that make me tape something over my webcam.
We're not 6 minutes in and this is a disaster.
All right,
I still
so
can't
Anthony...
You.
I just see spinning. Whatever, we'll get through it. We always do.
Yeah. It's definitely
Anthony was trying... It's not me.
It's not me. How can you just say it's not you, Brian?
Because one person got disconnected from the call. One person sounds like a robot.
One person.
There's just
Matthew
no
Philip Lemary.
There's no way it's me.
Debatable. Brian, go on.
So Anthony was trying to explain something to you. We're branching out a bit, and you're left out because
until you buy a PS4.
Yeah, if you buy a PS4, you're right in there. But since you don't have a PS4, I don't think you really know much of what Anthony and I did and what I'm working on now. So Anthony's going to start to tell you while I keep working on what I'm doing, then I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Brian decided, he was like, hey, why don't we try and record us playing games and put it up? Because generally, when we play together, it's just nonsense. And honestly, as much as I'd like to take credit for it being fun and funny while I'm there, it's not at all me. It's anytime that I'm around Brian, there's just absurd things happening. So, yeah. So, case in point. So, last night, we sat down, we played more than we recorded of it, but we recorded about 45 minutes of us playing The Last of Us online, and as expected, it was just complete nonsense. So he's recording it via Twitch and uploading it to a YouTube account that is tied to our shit show brand, I guess.
Yeah.
And he'll be sharing that, tweeting that out after the show. Or
so pretty much.
It's ready, not after the show, but whenever it's ready.
Well, I should be able to finish getting it ready tonight. It's taken a while for a reason. I'll get into it in a second. But pretty much, we always have, shit we're gaming, as Anthony likes to call it.
Right.
And we talk about some games we're playing. So instead of having that in here, what we're just going to do is have a video of shit we're gaming, and it'll be us gaming and talking over it. And probably not as funny as we like to make this, but it's still going to be pretty funny. Because
the first 20 minutes of yesterday was me trying to figure out the controls because I hadn't played that game in so long.
Yeah, and then the remaining 25 minutes was Anthony and I trying to throw Molotov cocktails at people. So, and we miss a lot. There was one guy standing, and we both had a cocktail, we both missed, and we both died.
Disaster.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty funny.
Just timestamp that and tweet that out, because it's just absurd.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to try to keep those shorter than these, because those are videos, so you actually got to sit down on your computer or on a phone and watch the video, and we know that you don't want to sit there for hours just watching two idiots, or 3 idiots, 4 idiots, other people you have playing a game. So we'll try to keep those short. We'll try to do it pretty frequently, because we do play a bunch of times a week, so we'll try to record as much as we can without making it too excessive.
We're gonna attempt to get Canada Matt in there. That's not you, Matt.
Not you, Matt. We'll
Not
get
me.
Not you.
We'll get the infamous shower beer Matthew into it, because we play Grand Theft Auto with him, and you think I make funny things happen. You play Grand Theft Auto with him, and even funnier things happen, because
Matt and I make a pretty good team.
Well, sure. I'm not taking anything away from you here, but just Matt is just funny because the roads don't matter to him.
No.
Everything is a shortcut. There's a hill, that's a shortcut. He's going up it. He doesn't care.
Well, when you play Grand Theft Auto with him and he's the driver, it's a 50-50 shot. Either he's going to drive the entire time perfect, or he's going to ruin it from the get-go. And and he has just no consistency, but it's fantastic.
Yeah. So what I'm working on, I've been working on it for the past couple of days, and the reason it's been the past couple of days is because this shit takes forever. So I made a YouTube channel for us. It's SS Podcast One. It's our Gmail account. It's linked directly to that, and I'm uploading all our previous episodes to it, and I'll put all the new episodes up as they come. So it'll be on YouTube, on iTunes, and on Double Twist for the Android users. So we'll have a bunch of different outlets people can get it. But the reason it's taking so long is because I had used my old work computer to record the earlier episodes, so I didn't have the original recordings. So I had to download them off the freaking podcast server. For like an hour-long podcast, each episode takes like 3 to 5 hours to download. And then once I download it, I had to find a freaking program to be able to just put like our image to it to make it into a video, because you can't just upload MP3s to YouTube. So
3 to 5 hours per video, but you're not the one with the slow internet.
No, that's not my fault, though. That's like if you connect to a VPN and try to download something, no matter what your internet is, it's going to fucking suck. It's because I'm downloading off that freaking server, so it's slow as shit.
Eventually we'll have a site which will be a hub to all of our stuff, but I don't have the time for that right now, but eventually.
Yeah, I don't have the time for what I'm doing here, but whatever, I'll try to get...
But you're more dedicated than I am.
You know what it is? I want to keep myself busy, and this is keeping me busy, and I'm having fun with it, so... hopefully by the end of this episode, I'll be able to get all the previous episodes up, and then I can post our gaming one. We plan on doing a gaming one after this episode, so we'll get a lot of fresh content up there.
What are we gaming tonight?
I haven't got that far yet.
Excellent.
We'll find out soon.
Shrouded in mystery. Love it.
So I'm looking through, like I'm getting all the old episodes, and I'm looking through some of them. And I haven't really listened to them, but like I was looking through some of them and making sure like that this is a full episode, making sure they work before I post them and everything. And I came across something that I want to see if your opinion changed. Over the summer, I had this idea that came to me, and I brought it to your guys' attention. And I know we have a few new listeners that did not hear this, so I want them to be a part of this conversation. Where do you guys still stand on breeding hobo babies for testing?
You're really bringing this back.
You know, you've had about 6 months for it to resonate.
I'm gonna stop you right there. So, I went and saw Fast and Furious, the new one.
Damn it!
Yeah, we're changing subjects immediately. We're done with Hobo Babies. There's an entire episode on it. Figure out which number it is and tell people next week. So,
I think it's on "Keep Away from the Red Shirts" is the name of the episode.
Excellent. So I'm sorry, Furious 7, which you titled as Fast 7. In the episode title, I think 2 weeks ago or last week.
Yeah, well, because I don't want to go with it. It's not just about being fast; it's about being furious. Fuck off! That's terrible marketing. Keep the same name. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Anyway, so I saw it and I did enjoy it. It was entertaining as per usual. But here's my issue, and it wouldn't have been an issue. It actually wasn't an issue with the movie. It was an issue with the advertising. Every one of those movies, and we discussed this last week, has like some sort of crazy, insane stunt, right? Usually 1 to 3, let's say, where they're just berserk. And all 3 of them, I think it was 3 of them, all 3 of them were in the trailer. So there was nothing exciting and new that happened that I didn't already see. And that just infuriated me.
I can understand your frustration. However, I saw that movie without seeing one trailer.
Well, that's good. So let's see, that worked out for you. But I just don't understand why they have to ruin the entire movie with a trailer. I mean, granted, there's really not much they can show, but if they just showed a couple of cars driving their engines and the cast, that would have been enough. That's showing all of that crap is not getting more people to see the movie. People who are going to see that movie are already going to see that movie.
Without getting into major details of it, just like give me like the 3 that you're talking about, because I know a lot of people still haven't seen it, so I don't want us to...
Everybody saw the trailer, though. So the 3 that I'm talking about are the cars being dropped out via parachute.
Okay.
The bus going over the edge, Paul Walker running up the side of the bus, jumping onto the fin of the car.
Which, I mean, how... Okay, so Michelle Rodriguez...
I broke Brian.
No, because this is so stupid. I mean, it looked cool. It was a cool scene. I might even said this last week. I don't even know, but it infuriates me. Michelle Rodriguez is speeding at this bus that is going off the edge. She cannot see Paul Walker running up the bus, yet knows, oh shit, he's running up that bus. Let me e-brake and swing around so he can grab onto my freaking spoiler. I mean, no. Just no. Go ahead.
You know, in listening to both of you rant just now, you both separately used the word infuriate, which I think is really funny in this case. We're talking about the fast and infuriating.
There's marketing genius. That's why you're in marketing, Matthew.
Boom.
That's why Matt's in a suit and Brian's got no clothes on. So
I don't think I should podcast with clothes on. That's one of the reasons why. If we're trying to get together, 3 of us tonight, and do it in the same place, I would have had to take my shirt off, otherwise I wouldn't be able to podcast. It just, I can't podcast with a shirt on.
he's just really quiet. Brian, do you want to chime in? I'm not comfortable.
I need to take my clothes off.
Take your panties off. So, in the third scene being the one where they drive the car through the building, into the other building, into the other building, in Dubai.
Right.
Yeah. Also, in all 3 of those, in the trailer.
All right. Now, we can't talk about it yet, but do you know what I'm talking about? Needs to be spoke about in the last, scene? Sort of last scene?
Sort of last scene.
Ding! I don't know what that was. When they're on top of the parking garage, when shit is crumbling around.
Yes!
I can't wait. We need to discuss that in 2 weeks. Just give everyone time to get it. I mean, come on!
Yeah. It's so good.
No, not so good.
Oh, I applauded.
I am going to go on probably an hour-long episode rant about that scene in 2 weeks. It's oh god, real infuriating.
Fast
I did it again.
Infuriating. So, have you guys seen the roast of Justin Bieber?
No, not yet. I do plan on watching it, but you can talk about it.
It's relevant in that Ludacris is in it, and there's a lot of Fast and Furious jokes about him.
Excellent.
Care to give us some?
I like my favorite was Natasha Leggero. She's I guess a up and coming comic. She might have her own show, whatever. But she's like, Ludacris, I love all your albums and all your movie. And
now,
then,
he needs to be the.
And there's a lot of hey, so and so's here, and then they get the cheap applause, and then they basically burn them after they say that. So they're like Ludacris, and then they start clapping. And they're like, "Oh, I didn't mean you. I meant Kevin Hart's career or something like that." There was a couple of jokes like that. Someone, I forget who it was, but someone called because Shaquille O'Neal was also on, and they called him Foodacris. There was a lot of jokes. The roastmaster was Kevin Hart, but on that Natasha Leggero, I think she was one of the funnier ones, and she made a good joke. She's like, keep it going for Kevin Hart. He does all of his own stunts. He climbs into his own chair. He climbs out. He climbs out of the bathtub. He goes up on his wife. Oh man,
excellent.
It was awesome. So many jokes about just Kevin Hart just being short. He's gonna play Peter Dinklage's shadow in the next Game of Thrones season with someone else's joke. Just a lot of good stuff. But it was good, and Bieber's comeback at the end was pretty decent too. But the whole thing was basically a publicity stunt because he got sincere at the end. He's like, I know I've done a lot of stupid things, but I want to show you guys I could do better or something. It's genius if you're his publicist. Be like, well, they're gonna shit on you for 90 minutes or so, and then you'll get to basically say you're sorry at the end, and then that's it. That's more or less what it was.
Yeah, I feel like at the end when they have their little redemption thing, they're usually pretty funny, but don't get the right amount of laughs.
For example, jokes are all written for them in the redemption, unless it's Bob Saget, who is, I'll put quotes around it, a comedian, so he probably wrote his own material. But everyone else, I'm sure they had people write their jokes for them. I don't think Bieber is smart enough to write jokes to burn people that, write jokes for a living.
Maybe. Well, the one that comes to mind was the Flava Flav roast, and he had some funny jokes at the end, and then just kind of killed it with his terrible laugh. But like, no one laughed. Like, and I was
but half the joke is the delivery and like the poise of the joke and the cadence. You gotta have it all. I do like Bieber was like, I'm new to this whole comedy thing, but here's a try. What happens when you give a 21-year-old kid $200 million? A stage full of has-beens and wannabes calling him a lesbian for 2 hours. Because all the jokes were just like, he's been on Ellen so many times, he has a haircut like a lesbian, like all this stuff. So I thought that was pretty funny. Like that was like his first like opening joke.
Right.
Pretty solid. Which he definitely didn't write that because that's too good for him.
Yeah, he delivered it pretty well though. I mean, he was generally funny. And you know who was one of the people in the dais? Chris D'Elia. Brian.
I love him.
Yes.
I love that guy.
That guy is fantastic.
Speaking about, I think he's mediocre, but apparently he's Justin Bieber's favorite comedian, and that's why he was on. So everyone just ended up ripping on him, and they're like, "What an honor to be Justin Bieber's favorite comedian." It was awesome.
His performance in Workaholics, though. I mean, if that doesn't sell you,
that made me even want to listen to his stand-up. But like his show is like pretty shitty. And then,
he was funny on Whitney.
Yeah.
Who watched Whitney?
I watched a couple episodes of it. He was.
I like Whitney Cummings.
He doesn't live up to the hype. And like honestly, if you watch him in the roast, you're like even in comparison to like Shaq. Like Shaq's set was funnier than him. Like it's a little hard to watch.
Well, in Chris D'Elia, one of his stand-ups, I don't know which one it was, if Comedy Central presents actual stand-up, no idea. But he was talking that he was in a car and he was driving to go like meet some girl that he wanted to bang, and he hit a deer, and he said, man, for all he knows, like the deer was running across to go bang a deer. He goes, we essentially cock block each other. His delivery with that, though, and the way he went through it, I thought was like spot on, and I just kind of killed it, and I want to watch it now.
Killed it like he killed the deer.
Such an ass.
Speaking of deer, we have a real fucking deer problem out here now. They are everywhere.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's bad.
I think I only encountered it once on Staten Island when I was there.
They are everywhere.
Why is it a deer problem? They're pretty adorable. I feel like you got a bug problem or a rat problem. You don't have like a cute, adorable deer problem.
If you hit a bug, you're not going to wreck your car.
I guess.
You're gonna wreck that bug, though.
You're gonna wreck that bug, though. That's right. This really upsets you.
Well,
there only needs to be one deer on the whole island for you to hit it, so it doesn't matter if there's like 100 or one.
Well, the thing is, I forget, because it's like city-ish, I guess. I don't know. But I'm not really looking out for deer when I'm driving around Staten Island. If I'm in Jersey, Pennsylvania, all right, I'm on the lookout for deer. I forget when I'm near my house, oh shit, I gotta look out for deer. Like, it's not...
Dude, you also gotta look out for heroin addicts, apparently.
Yeah.
There's this crazy... I had to take the ferry the other day, and there's multiple advertisements on the ferry about, like, heroin addiction starts and stops here or something like that. I'm like, when did Staten Island become this hub of heroin addicts? And also, like, that's crazy. Like, no alcohol, cocaine. Like, we went straight to heroin. Like, that's nuts.
Jumped a few steps.
That's like a grungy like drug. I thought we were better than that. I thought we were more of a cocaine crowd, but we can't even afford that. That's so sad.
Well, there was a statistic released. It was like 2 years ago, and it was about a prescription like pill problem. And it showed the whole East Coast. Number 1 was Miami. Number 2 was Staten Island. Not even like New York, Staten Island. And what are we, like 18 miles Staten Island? Like that's probably inaccurate, but you got what I mean.
Is it like 12 by 14?
I don't know. I just live here. I don't know the dimensions.
It's pretty small, and it's only 500,000 people or so.
I think that's also inaccurate. Have you tried to move around here?
No, that's like
it's disgusting.
That's like weird. That's like weirdly accurate. I'm gonna even look it up to confirm.
I think it's weirdly inaccurate.
Fact check. Speaking of fact checks, how many movies was Nicolas Cage in?
You said fact checks. So weird. I thought you said fat chicks. Staten Island population 472,621.
Wow.
Weirdly accurate. Good job, man.
Weirdly accurate.
No, seriously, my favorite segment, the Nicolas Cage movies. How many was it last? It's been 81, right?
Yeah, it's been 80.
It's up.
Oh, baby.
we're at 82. Now, if we rise like this every couple of weeks, we'll catch up to Christopher Lee in no time.
When he hits 100, we should do something special for him.
Yes. We should have him on the show.
Well, wasn't Matt supposed to book someone for the show tonight? What happened, Matt?
Says who?
Says the random text that Brian sent in like the middle of the night.
Brian, you need to understand. You guys send so many texts that like I read like every 5 of them to get the gist of what's going on. So much reading.
I don't think you understand. Oh God, I don't really read many text messages unless I start sending them. So when you guys have your conversations, I don't even get the gist of it. I don't even. No.
In Matt's defense, Brian and I will have our one-on-one conversations in the group chat.
We'll talk about like games and stuff. Matt doesn't even have a PlayStation.
Right. I don't think I texted Brian directly.
I'm at work trying to answer a phone call, but the text message button keeps flipping on my phone. So I'm like, close, and then I'm like cursing Apple. I'm like, why? Oh man, I've spent time like. How do you leave the conversation, but you still get that message pop up from it? It's horrible.
I was actually starting a message to Brian, and I was like, why am I putting this in the group message? This isn't to Matt at all. And then I finished typing it and sent it anyway.
I want to point something out about Nick Cage's stuff.
Yeah.
So, 2 of the movies in his 82 that he's being accredited to are rumored. And one of them is National Treasure 3. How is he rumored in his own series?
Is the movie
well, they're probably not sure that they're definitely going to make the movie.
The movie's not rumored. He's rumored.
Oh, the movie's announced. You're right. Well, it's just a solid assumption. They probably haven't released any official details on the cast. That's all.
Contractually.
I mean, I don't think you'd have a problem getting Nick Cage to do a movie. I don't even know if you have to pay him with some of the movies he's been in.
Yeah.
All of the dialogue is either whispered or yelled.
He records so many movies, he's going to be like, when Tupac died, he had so much shit recorded that he's still coming out with new albums. It's going to be Nick Cage. You mean like,
well, he's got releases out until 2017, so
2047. Nick Cage is some guy you don't care what he happens to do. I don't know. I screwed that up, but you get what I'm saying.
Well, we got you.
That was hard.
Also, since I'm looking at all the old episodes, getting them together, I didn't know this, and apparently Anthony said it was my doing. We had an episode, it was like episode 9 maybe, or 8, somewhere back there, and it was called Nick Cage Match.
Yes.
I don't remember this.
Yep.
You remember that, Matt? No, you don't. Stop lying.
He's in so many movies, he's like 7% of pop culture, so we have to talk about him every episode.
And while we're talking about cage matches, I recently had this conversation, which I want to have again with you, Matthew. Can we discuss Ready to Rumble?
Man, what a
Jimmy King is the best wrestler.
He's the best wrestler.
Better than all the wrestlers.
Man, what a good
Sal Bandini. Want to wrestle?
Add it to the list of movies that we need to screen.
But now, here is what is the best and worst thing from that movie.
Well,
David Arquette,
David Arquette is the best.
David Arquette, who I like,
yeah,
was in that. Played a great role. Like, I liked him in that movie.
Yes,
but then he became the WCW champion.
Yes.
They did a triple cage match, and he was in it, and he won.
And they say movies can't come true.
Foreign objects!
Yeah, I don't... That movie...
I've seen the actor that plays Jimmy King. He's been in other stuff, and I'm
Oliver Platt.
Yeah, Oliver Platt.
He'll always be the king to me.
He'll always be the alligator expert.
He was actually in a movie with Matthew Perry. I think it was called Three to Tango, where they were partners in business, but Oliver Platt is gay and Matthew Perry is straight, and they have this interview where they're like, so they word the question in some way, but it was more of like a hint at it. It wasn't a flat out question. And Matthew Perry goes, "No, he's not, but I am 100%," and that's the basis of the entire movie. And they just think he's gay, and then he needs to like lock down this deal or whatever. It's pretty funny.
I feel like if I was casting a gay and straight character, I would cast Matthew Perry as the gay one.
Well, that's the thing. It was supposed to be so believable.
Do you know that for the first at least like 6 episodes of Friends, they weren't sure if they were going to make Chandler gay or not?
Awesome.
And if you go back and watch those original episodes, it could really go either way. He makes a lot of jokes about being like single and like how he can't find anyone. There's a lot of like dudes and stuff. It's weird.
I was just watching the episode earlier today where Phoebe has the triplets and
Chandler's a girl.
Yeah,
Chandler's a girl.
Exactly. Okay, keep saying it.
Oh my god! Second grade flashback.
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Excuse me. I didn't just watch it. All right.
Oh, what is it? Giovanni Ribisi, right?
Yes.
He's fantastic in that show. Every time.
He is an underrated actor.
He's fantastic. I love him.
Yeah, he could play the idiot role. He could play the bad guy role. He could play the douchebag role. He needs more work, that guy.
I don't think he's that
Giovanni
great.
Ribisi credited in more movies than Nick Cage.
No!
Including a movie with Nick Cage.
Yeah, Gone in 60 Seconds.
Wow, he is.
Yeah,
he
does a lot of. It looks like he does a lot of voice work.
Also, he was in a TV series, which gives him a handful of episodes.
Yeah, that was the one with Seth Green, right?
Dads. Yeah.
I didn't actually watch that though.
I did. I enjoyed it. It was funny.
He'll always be Phoebe's brother.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Frank Jr.
Yeah.
And Frank Jr. Jr.
Frank Jr. Jr.
Wouldn't that be Frank the Third? Don't get me started.
You got a phone? Yeah, what do you want to call your mother? No, I want to melt it.
Oh my god.
He just sits there melting shit.
He was in Avatar?
All right. Matt, what was that quote that James Cameron said about Avatar 2 and 3?
So something about like you're gonna shit your pants or something.
With your mouth open, right?
It's gonna leave you with your mouth open and shit in your pants or something like that.
He's such like a reserved guy. It's hard to like picture him saying that.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go look it up. I forget. He said. He said,
I found it.
You're gonna read it, Ant. Read it.
James Cameron says Avatar sequels will make you shit yourself.
With your mouth wide open. He said, I can tell you one thing about them. Cameron laughed when Empire nonchalantly inquired about storylines. They're gonna be bitchin'. You will shit yourself. They're gonna be bitchin'. You will shit yourself with your mouth wide open.
I think we have the title of this episode.
Can you imagine being in a theater, just mouth wide open, shitting in your pants? I can't believe what I'm seeing. Probably 3D, right? Am I right, Brian? Am I right?
3D. I don't like 3D. My first 3D movie, as you know, was an experience, but I hate 3D because you do too. You wear glasses, you put those 3D glasses over it, and it's just obnoxious. It hurts. And then I get headaches, and I want to take them off, and the screen looks weird. 3D is not for me. But it was cool for the first time.
It was fantastic for me.
It felt like I was in, like, Disney or some other theme park, and was in one of those, like, rides where you sit there and like shit just flies at you the whole time.
Yeah, it was like taking you to Disney. It was amazing.
Oh, we should go to Disney. Let's do a podcast in Disney.
Done.
Why not?
I can think of a couple reasons.
Well, lay it on us. What's a couple of reasons?
Travel.
Speaking of travel, I will be. in Minnesota for the next 2 weeks, but I'll bring everything, so I'll still be able to record. So I guess we don't really have to speak of travel because I'll still be here. Fuck it.
Where are you going?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I just said I'll be in Minnesota for 2 weeks.
He did say that.
No, like I'm sorry. What are you doing out there? Is it for work?
Yeah, my office is in Minnesota.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Fun moment with my dad because you always love these.
Yeah, I love you, Dad.
So you know how he connects dots that aren't there. That's the best way I can put it.
Well, he makes the dots first.
Right.
Like I have literally watched him like with his finger kind of poke around like he's developing dots to connect.
I've seen it happen. I've also listened to him convince himself and then try and convince everybody else. So we were pulling out of the driveway at my new place, and I'm in Lyndhurst, and we go around the corner, and he sees a building. Now the building would appear to be some sort of medical building, whether it's some sort of medical engineering building or whatnot. That's kind of the area that we're in. Like there's a Quest Diagnostics building across the way, and then there's a couple of other buildings. He points to one of them and goes, "That's where Brian's main office is." Now I'm telling you, he's here all the time.
Confidently.
I just went, no.
No.
And he goes, text him.
You should have texted me.
I'm like, no.
You know, he saw Quest Diagnostics and just assumed that I'm there.
Right, but he didn't point at the Quest Diagnostics building. I think he knew enough that you didn't work there. So you worked at the building next to it.
He knows 2 things about my company. He knows that the main U.S. office is in Minnesota, right. And he knows that headquarters is in Italy because every time I'm with him, I curse Italy to him. So he knows this. I don't... You know, words do not describe that man.
He is the best.
Yes. He really is.
I was on the phone with Brian for like 30 minutes. I forgot when it was. It was a holiday not too long ago. And he goes, "Give your father a hug for me." And he goes, "No, seriously, hug him." So I just took I hug him and I took a picture of myself doing it. And Brian's like, "I'm going to superimpose my face on that."
I visit your dad pretty frequently. I go down to the pizzeria and give him a hug like once every other week or so.
Nice.
Well, I mean, growing up, I was with him more than my own father, so...
Mm-hmm. We should all show up at the pizzeria on one of those Wednesday nights when they're playing cards.
Can we get your dad to do an episode with us?
No. Absolutely not.
Brian, we have enough internet problems with us. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be even worse when my dad's trying to fix the internet problems.
He might fix it.
Yeah, okay.
Or make it worse. Probably make it worse.
My favorite part about cards at the pizzeria was just Rumplemans.
Yeah, that was always available.
So much.
No, it wasn't Rumplemans. It was Limoncello.
No, it was Rumpleman.
Oh,
Limoncello was something that George brought every once in a while, but Rumplemans were just always there.
Yeah, so much.
I don't remember that.
Peppermint schnapps, baby.
Maybe it's because we just drank too much.
Oh, man.
Well, if you're going to get through one of those games.
Yeah. I don't think they ever finished the games.
No.
Ever.
No.
My dad and Eddie are like, "Are we ever going to play?" And then everybody else...
and then everyone shows up and they're like, it's getting so late.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Every time.
We should... They still play every now and then, apparently.
Yeah.
Now they play fucking Dealer's Choice. Like, I was in there Wednesday.
They always did. They only started playing Hold'em, like, later on.
When we made them?
Well, no, when the younger crowd was there, they would play it just because that's what the younger guys wanted to play, but now they went back to their old ways.
I don't like Dealer's Choice. Yeah.
All right. Brian's the dealer. Name of the game is Old Maid. Let's go.
The name of the game is I Win.
He slides the deck, pulls out an Uno deck. The game's Uno, boys.
That would be
I would play that.
I don't see the issue there.
Uno for money sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Why have we not done that?
Next week on the podcast,
we will be playing Uno for money.
I feel like we can do this virtually.
I feel like you just need to not be a little bitch, and we should go meet somewhere.
Whoa! Shots fired.
Well, who ruined tonight? Who?
In Matt's defense, we
Don't
sprung it on
defend
him
him.
last minute. Yesterday at about a quarter to 11.
Hold on. We sprung it on him last night, and he said, on a school night? And that was it.
And then he went to bed. That's why he didn't answer us.
Fact, we're not in school. And fact, as Anthony pointed out, school's out this week.
Is it?
Yes.
But for real?
Yeah, for real.
For real. That's why the movie theater was packed on Monday night, and I was furious.
Why are they off?
It's like spring break or some crap.
Passover?
Not for everyone, though.
A lot of people.
All right, well, maybe not all colleges, but all high schools and down don't have school this week.
Correct. Remember when that was a thing?
That was a thing. We
What
took
was
it for granted. Like, hey, I can't wait till my week off. That doesn't count against vacation days. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know it's really crazy. Like in like Western Europe, they just still have that in the working world. It's like, hey guys, I'm gonna go on holiday, which is a very, very long vacation. I'll see you in June, and it's just everyone's okay with it.
I feel like if we implemented something like that here, work production would be better because everyone just be like, yeah.
Oh, so better. The U.S. works the most out of any other country in terms of hours, but like we're like not smart and we're not rich.
Speak for yourself. We're not smart. God.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
You know that does.
I heard it.
It infuriates me. Oh my god.
I heard it.
But now I just keep thinking about Ready to Rumble and how great that was.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that tonight.
Yeah, that's a
No. Well, don't no one watch it, and then the three of us will watch it together for the first time in years.
good. Wrestling's not fake.
My Slurpee kind of smells weird.
The butt fruit just kind of settled at the bottom.
Oh, it smells awful. It smells like my ass, right? Yeah. like a bitter sour ass.
It's gonna be sad when Macho Man's in the beginning. It's like, ah, he's dead.
This is just from memory, but I think the guy that smells the Slurpee, is he the dean from Community?
I've never watched Community.
Oh man, that actually might be true. I'm gonna have to find that out immediately.
Wow, Ready to Rumble Slurpee scene. What's a
Randy
better?
Dean.
No, it's not him. It's just a vague bald guy.
Is it just another not Moby?
It's just not even close to him.
I don't know why, but one scene I love at the end when David Arquette's character just comes flying over like the freaking ramp on a motorcycle, takes someone out, looks at the camera, is like, "I will bust you."
Oh my god!
He has like a fully developed wrestling persona in a matter of minutes.
Diamond upside down is a pussy.
Like when he's trying to tell the girl that she's standing too close to the cage. Well, there's a ladder and it just gets blasted in the face. Oh my god, that movie is so ridiculous.
It really is. How is it never a sequel?
Because of David Arquette.
Yeah,
What
he
movie,
became an
Ready
actual
to Rumble,
wrestler.
without looking, what movie, what year did Ready to Rumble come out, rather?
Well, the WCW was around.
I'd say
So that makes
2000.
you want to... Well, I want to say, like, 98.
Ant, what did you say?
2000.
It is 2000.
Boom.
Damn. God damn.
Man.
Is someone backing up a truck in their own place?
Beep.
What is that?
Sorry, I was moving my computer chair away from my desk.
Wait, I was actually this episode of Seinfeld was just on where Jerry says something and George tells him, he goes, "Hold on, back it up."
He goes,
Beep, 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 and Jerry goes, "What is this?"
he stopped the story. Beep, beep, beep.
my god.
I just realized it's still early and we're recording.
Yeah, it's 9:30. This is new.
This is something we need to do more often. None of this freaking like 1 a.m. shit.
It was like 11, guy.
Yeah, but I'm like well rested right now. Partially because I passed out for a while before.
No, all we have to do is schedule something to do after this, which is what we did, and you'll be awake.
Yeah, well, I'm actually...
Yeah!
I am extremely well rested right now. I got home from work, and then I was like, all right. I started early today, so I ended a little early, so I got home, had a good time, and I'm like, all right, I'll work on converting some of these videos, get them up there. I was sitting at my desk, I'm like, this is a laptop. I'm going to lay down while I do this. All of a sudden, it's like 6:30. I'm like, oh, that's like a couple hours later. And I woke up, and yeah, here I am, well rested. Speaking of work, well, I was with a coworker today. We were doing. No, speaking of work, fuck resting. So a bunch of my coworkers now are listening to this.
Excellent.
So we were doing a maintenance on something, and it's an older machine, and that's why I'm going to Minnesota. I'm going to get trained on this older machine. So he was showing me like how the maintenance works on this, and then he goes, "As the maintenance persists."
Excellent.
As it persists.
I'm not going to live that one down, and I'm okay with that.
So I'm looking up on IMDb Martin Landau, who played Sal Bandini in Ready to Rumble.
Want to wrestle?
So
Please tell me
one
he's
thing
still
you need to know about him: he is still alive. He's 86 years old, which begs the question: how old is he in the year 2000? Because I thought he was 80 years old 15 years ago.
I thought he was 80 in Rounders. Remember in Rounders? He looked
That's
like
right.
ancient.
So that's a good point. Brought up a couple other things he's in. Guess how many credits he has on IMDb?
Is it more or less than Nicolas Cage?
It is more than Nicolas Cage.
186.
160.
Ooh, right in the middle, you guys. 171.
I win.
Pretty good. Pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good.
Pretty good. Wow.
How is he only 86? I felt like you were going to say he's alive and he's like 101.
Yeah, it looks like he's just being propped up. He looks like a puppet, like someone's weekend at Bernie's burning him and just putting him into.
Did you really just use weekend at Bernie's as a verb?
Yeah, I've been something. How else do you describe just using a corpse as a puppet? Isn't as catchy.
All right.
He's the life. Oh,
enough.
I know this for a fact. I know the tagline to that movie was, "He's the life of the party."
Right, because we discussed that like 2 episodes ago.
And I know that.
He's the life of the party, sort of.
Sort of. There you go. I didn't even remember it correctly.
Yeah, and we just discussed it.
Yeah. Well, can't retain information. Like it is school.
Speaking of discussions, I want like listener input on this as well. Like we're trying to think about other stuff we can do. So we're trying to branch out a bit. We're trying to do other stuff. Like we're doing the gaming thing. We want to make some like funny, stupid videos. If you have any ideas, stuff we should do, email us, sspodcast1@gmail.com. Twitter, you'll get those later. You can tweet at us. We'll answer you. We'll look. Also, we want to just try to get some alternate intros as well. We have some ideas we were thinking of. If you guys have any ideas for an intro we can do, definitely let us know. We'll see what we can do. We want to open forum this bitch. Yeah.
You're the worst.
How am I the worst?
You just are.
What do I do?
You do you, Brian.
I do me all day.
What are you gonna do with one shoelace?
Floss your ass.
Floss your ass.
You take my shoelace, you take my shoelace.
Oh my god. that's about all we have for this week. Please email us with the shit that's on your mind at sspodcast1@gmail.com. If you want to keep the conversation going, you can hit us on our Twitter handles. I'm at AEJ Costanzo. Brian is at Big_Bruins. And Matt is at Matt_in_limbo. Have a shitty week.
Good night, everybody.